Hey guys, in part 1, if you remember, we showed you how we converted our voice chatbot into an insight engine. Now, every time any user who comes to the voice bot or the chatbot, we get a clean structured summary about how they felt, what they wanted, is there a pain point they wanted to discuss, is there a need to follow up, and whatnot. Now, this is part 2, the build breakdown. Here, how we will use Ultravox, n8n, and AI to make it work. And the best part, you can use this with any chatbot platforms you want that supports webhooks and API. So let's break it down. So this is the workflow that we have designed, and it is a very small workflow as you can see, and it is very easy to use. So at the start, we will set in such a manner that whenever the call ends, automatically the workflow starts working and puts all this data into a Google Sheet directly. Okay, so let's start. So first, we have selected a webhook trigger or webhook node if you see. Okay, now as soon as you create a webhook node, you just have to copy this URL because this is the URL that they'll be sending the data to. Okay, once you do that, we will go to the Ultravox dashboard that we have. Okay, for example, you might have any other portal that you can use, but most of the all the things will have the same structure. Okay, now once you log into your Ultravox dashboard, there is a section called webhooks. Okay, now as you can see, I have already created a couple of webhooks for me to use. Now all you have to do is click on add webhook and click the destination URL which we copied from the n8n node. So we paste this here. Okay, and we want the webhook or the workflow to start only when the call ends, obviously, because then only we'll have the transcript and all the data that has been triggered. We'll take an click on end call, and if you want to add more security to it, you can either add a secret key so that it's basically to acting as a two-factor notification kind of things. For now we don't need that, so we just clear an end call, place the URL and save. As soon as you do that, you will get these details where your main thing is to use this ID. Okay, so now once we have created this webhook, all you have to do is go back to this. Obviously you need to create a HTTP method that is post. You can create a path. I just written Ultravox call ended for my reference. Authentication none and respond immediately. So since the webhook is created, we don't need to do any kind of authentication. Every time there's a call ending there, it will trigger all these details as you see in front of you. So you can see that this many call detail, all these details have been fetched automatically every time a call ends. Okay. Now all you have to do is for every call that has been made, we need to make a differentiator so that we know which is a new call. So when we go to this, you can see there are so many inputs. Okay. Now if we go and check, this call ID is a one unique differentiator that is different for every call that has been made. So what I did is I fetched the call ID using this edit field where I'm only taking out the call ID. I don't need anything else for now. Okay. So I've just taken this call ID and put it here and called it as a string. So you can see it has throwing me an output which is only the call ID. Now, since I have the call ID, now I will start fetching details from that call ID, that what has the people ask questions, what has the transcript has been made, and all the details. Okay. So I added an HTTP request now. Okay. So every time you go anywhere you use webhooks, obviously they will have a list of APIs where you can fetch the data from. Okay. So I went into Ultravox and I pulled this from where we can get the if we what is the URL. We got the URL from the documentation and we put in the call ID. So every time you put in this call ID with this URL, you will get all the details. For example, you can see everything that has been made. Okay, you can see what is the message has been sent, what is the system prompt has been used for it. So mainly what I need is a summary what has been made, that means that the Ultravox is saving basically. So you can use this summary. Now what I did, I created another HTTP node, request node, where I am using a different URL, same structure where I'm fetching the call ID here and just adding messages. Same URL, just adding messages at the end. So what happens is that I get the transcript of the whole chatbot summary that has been made. We got the call summary. Means basically it will give us the short summary that what was the call about, what did we do. But before we get to know in detail, so we wanted to know what each and every message has been sent. So I fetched this URL from again from the Ultravox dashboard. So they asked just to add these messages at the end again, and you see that what was the role of it, was an agent, means it was our voice agent. What did they speak? Okay. Message role user means what the user spoke. So you can see that each and every transcript has been made here. Okay. So I just derived this using this URL. I got the transcript as well. Now there are so many details which I don't want, right? Here also there are so many extra details that I don't want. Correct? I don't need time exceeds message. I don't need all these things. So I will structure this output now. So what I did is used a JSON code. So I gave them the input. Now I have personally, since I'm not a coder, right? I'm very frank, being very frank. I've just created this code using ChatGPT. So what I did, I gave him the input, that what was the input, and I told him what I want from this input. So as soon as I execute this step, right, you will see that it has given me all this data into a simple structure output. Now, if you want to do it without code, you can do that using edit field section also. All you have to do is click and drag which data you want to structure, or which you want to show it in the output, or which you want to derive. I did it very simply using code because I did not want to go and pull each and every data. So I asked the JSON code to do it for me. So as soon as I ran this code, you can see I have got the call ID, which is the call differentiator. I got the caller. If they mention the name or the details, it will be fetched here. What was the duration of the voice chatbot that has run? What is the summary that has been fetching from the first request HTTP node, if you remember? What is the transcript that we are getting from the second HTTP node that we have designed? What was the start time, end time, date, and the agent? Agent is our voice bot. So I have done this. Why? Because if there are many other chatbots in different websites, I can use this as a differentiator to know that on Menu Master I had Ashley, but on AI Bot Kit I had Frank. All this, like, just a small tip that you can use. I'm using this as a differentiator. That is why I'm pulling this as an agent. Okay. Now I've got this. I've got the main things. What the call is all about. What is happening inside Ultravox. Okay. Now, what I did, I put all this structured data into a Google Sheet. So I already have a Google Sheet created where I had all these details already created into a column. Okay, so I have already named this so many columns that I want, which we were fetching from here. So if you remember, I have already shown you how we have created a Google Sheet API. If not, you can just click on here. You will have this callback ID. Now you have to go to Google Cloud Console, uh, and there you have to create an OAuth consent screen where you will enable the Google Sheet account, Google Sheet API, and you will create a create a credentials from there. So while you do that, it's very easy. You can check out on YouTube anywhere, and we in one of our videos we have already shown you how we have connected a Google Sheets account. Then you will be getting a client ID and a client secret key. All you have to do is paste, and as soon as you do that, you will get an account connected. You will get an option like account connected and sign in with Google. As soon as you do that, it will automatically ask you from that account and take permissions that you had to connect. It will create an account and edit the Google Sheets and whatnot. You do that and you'll be good to go. Now, from there, as soon as I have connected, you can sheet within document. I want to append and row. I have the document name of the document. I can get it from here, or you can fetch the ID from the Google Drive and you can put it by ID. It will fetch from list. I have the sheet one and map each column manually. So I do that personally. Now for call ID, I dragged it here. For caller, I dragged it here. So I did it for each and everything. As now, as soon as you see that, once we have pulled each and everything, whenever we execute step, you will see an output something like this. You can see the call ID, caller, duration, summary, transcript. In each new line, we are getting the user, agent, what are they even speaking, what is the start time, date, agent. Okay, so this is all we have already done. Now, what I was thinking that this has been given by Ultravox. I don't think the summary is too good. I'm still not able to fetch the exact data or try to understand what are the pain points they are facing, right? So I extended the workflow a little bit. Okay. After we update all the raw data that has been coming from Ultravox, I put it into Google Sheet. Now I connected an OpenAI agent or ChatGPT agent to understand what they spoke about and what are the things we can derive from it. Okay. So again, it's very easy. You just have to click on here and click on AI agent. You have to pull this here. You will get this rectangular box like this. Now this is an AI agent. Now you have to connect which model you want to use. So I connected an OpenAI ChatGPT model. Other than this, you can use, there are many other models which you can use for your, it completely depends on your convenience. Okay. And I told the AI agent to use this prompt where it is a conversational analyst prompt. You are a conversational analyst and give the transcript below. Generate summary, key pain points, what they were facing issues or they came with, suggested follow-up actions if there's any that they can suggest, so that we know what are the steps we need to take. And if you want to improve on it, you can do that as well. At least you will have some follow-up actions that you can take instantly. And what was the sentiment? It was urgent, it was neutral, it was very sad, whatever. And we added the transcript whole block here so that it can directly fetch the transcript that we want to convert, because transcript contains everything, right? We don't need to give them any other details like call end date, start date, or an AI summary, because transcript contains each and everything that actual the user and the chatbot has spoken about. So we put JSON transcript directly, and I connected a structured output parser here, which means as soon as the OpenAI agent understands all these things, I want to generate an output in a structure. So I connected a structure output and I put this schema. Now again, to be very frank, I've generated this schema also from ChatGPT, asking them to create a sample like this so that I can structure or put this details into sheet into each column. So I gave me this structure. Okay. As soon as you do that, right, and you connect the structure output parser here, you can see I have connected the same Google account, same sheet. I've just same columns. I just asked to check the call ID for reference, and I inputted the call ID, which will be the call ID we get it from here, edit fields. Okay, I put it here and it will match. If the call ID is same, then here it will input all the chat GPT extracted content into this one, right? So after they generated this, you can see that they chat GPT is being giving me summary, pain points, suggested actions, and sentiment. So I pulled down again this data summary into AI summary, that the columns I have created in the sheet, and I did that. As soon as I do that, you can see this has been logged into the Google Sheet. Okay, if you can see it here, if you can go and see, you can see that AI summary has been there. What are the pain points? User feels the communication is unclear and opaque, particularly regarding answering the first three questions. And what were the suggested actions and the sentiment? Okay, now I've done everything that I wanted to extract out of this call. Now I've done everything that I wanted to extract from this call, right? Only one last thing remains, that whenever the Google Sheet was updated, I wasn't getting any update out of it. And I had to manually go and check the notification or check the Google Sheet that if the data has been made or not. So what I did, again, a one simple note that I did, and created my Google Chat account. So in Google Chat, if you remember, you can go to Google Chat, you can go to space settings and go to webhooks and add a webhook. Okay. So as I do that, I created this incoming webhook a name. I just named something and I copied this URL. Okay. Means whenever I created the webhook, right, I will get a URL something like this. You just have to click name the avatar and it will give you a URL. You just have to copy this URL, put it here. No authentication needed because this has been created. The custom webhook URL is there, so no authentication is needed. And using fields below, you put this the name as a content type and write exactly what I've written, application slash JSON. Okay. Now, using a JSON, I have created a simple structure that will give me an output in this manner. Again, I've used ChatGPT. So it will give me new call summary, which is the exact fixed value which will be written in the chat. What is the AI summary that was extracted from the node of Ultravox? Sentiment that has been covered by ChatGPT. And what are the pain points again by ChatGPT? I put these details here, as you can see from here. And whenever this has been made, I get, whenever a new call has been ended, basically, I get a new call. I get a new notification, something like this, which you see in front of you, and I know that the new call has been made. So I can go and check this. Or once I want to know more about it, I can go into the Google Sheet and check what are the details, what are the transcripts, and derive more data out of it. Okay. So this system doesn't just work for Ultravox. If your chat system can send a webhook and you can hit its API, you are good to go. And after that, you can just add a little AI to structure the insight, and you have got your own real-time auto-tag feedback loop running on its own. And the best part, you don't need a coder or something like that. You just need n8n and little curiosity. So if you want to copy this workflow step by step, just comment flow and I will send you the whole workflow right away with the AI prompt I use. Thank you.